Hello, my lovelies. Today we are going to make a mosaic heart. And you can see mine right here. So you can see the different colors that I used. I needed one sheet of construction paper to glue on my other pieces of paper. This is a really easy art project to do, but you will need some supplies. So let me show it to you again. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to need is a glue stick. You will also need possibly a pencil. You may or may not need it. Some scissors. And the construction paper that you want to use. So you're going to need some construction paper for the frame that goes around your mosaic heart. Okay, so you're going to need some paper for that, and then you're going to need some paper for the actual mosaic itself. So you see my heart right here, and then I have some background colors. So I have the red heart, I have some purple, I have some blue, I have some yellow, and I have a little bit of orange. Okay, so the first step I would do is, so you can see right here, so the first step is I'm going to make my heart. Now you can either draw it freehand onto the paper, or you can take another piece of construction paper like this. Okay, and I'm going to cut a heart out. I'm going to make a heart right here, and I'm going to cut it. Okay, and just cut it, just like this. Almost looks like, when you're cutting it this way, I folded the piece of paper in half, and then I cut on the seam. It almost looks like a little water drop, but then when you open it, ta-da! There's a little heart. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my background piece of paper, and I'm going to place this heart right here. I'm going to place this heart right here, and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace it. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. So you're not going to be able to see me do it, but you'll see what it looks like after I trace it. Okay, so let me get that out right now. Okay, so I'm tracing it. I'm tracing the heart onto my paper. Okay, so here, let me show you my heart. My heart looks a little bit different this time. It's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Okay, so in my heart, I'm going to have my little pieces of paper there, but I'm also going to have other colors. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide up my sections, and I'm going to have 4 different colors here. So I'm going to divide it up and decide which sections, well, actually where I'm going to put each section. So maybe I'm going to put, let's see, maybe a line. Let's see, I'm going to put a line right here. I'm going to put another line here. Maybe another line like this. Okay, I just drew 3 lines just to have some sections. So you can see right here, there's a line I drew here, I drew a line here, and I drew another line here. And so then I'm going to have my red heart, and then I'm going to have some color pieces here, color pieces on this section, color pieces here, and also color pieces over here. So the next thing that I'm going to do is pick out all the colors that I want. So I need, let's see, and it can be any construction paper that you have around the house. So if you have a few extras lying around that might not even be like a full piece of paper, you can do that. I have this cool book of construction paper right here. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to find some red paper. I'm going to find some red inside. Let's see, I'm going to keep turning until I find the red that I want. Oh look, you know what? I don't have a full piece of red paper, I just have some leftovers. So I'm just going to use my leftovers for this. And what I'm going to do is, this is the fun part, well, one of the fun pieces. Because this is a mosaic, you can see the one that I did. Let me show you up close. It's all little cut pieces of paper. So we're going to rip like tons of paper. So I'm going to rip red for my heart. Feels so good. Very satisfying just to rip up the paper. Rip it up into as many pieces as you can do. So I'm going to do tons of little tiny pieces. Okay, enough so that I have little tiny pieces for my heart. So I have all these little tiny pieces, all this piece of paper right here. I'm just going to keep ripping, rip. Okay, I'm just going to keep tearing it, tearing the pieces of paper. Okay, so I'm going to keep tearing the paper, going to keep going like this. Okay, let me keep going. So I have enough pieces for my red. So maybe the other color, so if you see the one that I did here, I had some purple. So I'm going to take my purple paper, and again, I had some leftover paper from my other artwork that I did. It doesn't have to be a full piece of paper, it's just whatever you have lying around the house. And I'm going to rip it up. And so I'm getting all of my tools ready, all the things I need for my art ready. So I'm going to rip it up, ripping it up into as tiny pieces as I can get, or however I want to have this designed. So then I'm ripping this. So I'm going to keep going until I feel like I have enough. Okay, my next color is yellow. So again, I'm using just a scrap that I have around the house. I'm ripping that yellow up. Okay, I'm going to keep tearing it, keep ripping it. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going here. Perfect. Okay. Keep tearing this up. And that's good. And then I had some blue. So again, this is not even a full piece. It's just scrap that I have lying around. So you can use whatever paper you have, make whatever design you want. You know, my heart is red, but your heart doesn't have to be red. It can be like whatever you want. You can get as creative with this as you want to get. So here I'm just ripping it up. I'm having as much as I have here. Okay, so I have enough paper ripped up that I can go and I can use right now. So now I have to look back at my base right here. So in the center was going to be my heart. I chose for the heart to be red. So this is where my glue stick comes in. What I like to do is I like to put the glue first and then put the paper. Where some people, maybe they want to glue each piece like this, take each piece like this and glue it individually. I mean, you could do that if you wanted. Okay, so some people will do it like that. See, I glued on an individual piece like that. So maybe I could do a couple pieces like that. So just take the glue, rub the paper onto the glue, and then take the side with the glue on it and stick it to the paper. I could do it like that. Or I could just go like this. I'm going to take my glue and I'm actually just put the glue on the heart. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to show you this on part of the heart. You can see right here, I put a whole bunch of glue. And I'm going to take a whole bunch of papers in my hands. And I'm just going to put it on that spot. And I'm just going to keep going until it's covered. So let's see. So see, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right over here. Okay, and then I'm going to keep taking some and put it here. Okay, and I'm going to just keep going. Okay, going. And you can see it gets covered pretty fast. And it's really easy. This goes by like really fast. And so, there. So look, I've already covered up like so much of that heart. And so I would just keep going with the glue, keep rubbing the glue, and keep putting more paper. So I'll show you just a little bit more. So here it is. I just put a little bit more glue, just a little bit more. See? So here's some more glue. Here's some more paper. I'm just going to take it and stick it on. And it's not supposed to be perfect. Like if you notice, if you've seen mosaics in real life, there's a little imperfection imperfection there, and that's what makes them so charming and lovely. And that look is very unique. And so here you go. So that's what the heart would look like. Let's say I wanted this area right here to be my yellow. So my technique that I like is I just like rubbing the glue onto my base, onto that original page. It just feels easier to me. So I'm going to do the same thing. So look, I'm going to put some here. Right, see, I just put some more. Here, let me take another piece. And another. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. And keep going until I'm done. So you get the idea of how this is going to look. So you're going to have to glue all of your paper on like this. And then once you're all done, maybe give it a few more minutes for it to dry. And then you can make your frame. So with the frame, I just used the colors that I already had used for my mosaic. So you see, here's orange for my frame. I used orange on this side, purple's on top. So it kind of has these corresponding colors. So purple's here, I put the purple up at the top. There's some blue, I put my frame like this. And all I did was, here again, I need my scissors. I'm going to cut out my frame pieces. So if you notice here on my frame, I have 2 long pieces and 2 short pieces. So that's what I'm going to need. So I just lined my paper up. One side's going to be blue, one side's going to be orange. I just line it up. I figure out how big I want my frame to be. Do I want a skinny frame or a thick frame? I think I'm going to have a skinny frame this time. And again, I'm just going to cut. So let me show you right here. There. And I would do it for the 2 short pieces. And then, for this one, I'm just going to take my piece and I'm going to glue it. I'm going to glue this. Okay. You can see the glue on the piece. And we're going to pretend that this mosaic art is finished. We're going to pretend, even though it's really not. Okay. And then I take the side with the glue and I put it face down on my art. And there's one part of my frame. So if you follow all of these steps, you will have a beautiful piece of art like this to give to someone special. So happy Valentine's Day, even though it's January, we're getting ready. Happy Valentine's Day, and wishing you lots of love and happiness, my lovelies. Bye now.